Hello friends, welcome to the Fluid Mechanics Lab, IIT Guwahati, Mechanical Engineering Department, myself Mr. Neil Bora. Today
I'll be demonstrating the Venturi meter. So, in the Venturi meter, we'll be finding the coefficient of discharge and pressure difference across the Venturi, along the Venturi meter. So, in that case, we have some piezometer tubes. These are the piezometer tubes here, and these piezometer tubes are attached to these different sections. So we all know that the Venturi meter have three sections. One is your conversion section, and the middle portion is called the diversion section. The third section, and the last one is called the diversion section. So it has three sections partly. One is convergent, throat, and this one is divergent section. So if you see all the tappings of this piezometer tubes are attached to a particular point. Suppose A, B, C, D, E, F, and continue up to K. So in that particular arrangement, here we have the diameter. We have the diameters of A, B, C particular points, and all the data has been given in this manometers. So you can find the different diameters, different length. From A to B, B to C, then C to D, E to F. So that you can find your calculation. That will help you finding the calculations. So this is your bleeding valve. This is your bleeding valve, which is connected to the piezometer tips. So this bleeding valve helps if there is any air inside the water, you can bleed it through this one. Once you run the pump, then water will be circulated here. If there is any water inside these piezometer tips, then that air can be bleed through this bleeding valve. And this is the one component of this Venturi meter, and this is the control valve. You can control the flow of the water that will be going through this Venturi meter. And this Venturi meter is an aluminum. The material of this Venturi meter is aluminum, and this is resting on the hydraulic bands. This is the hydraulic bands. This one is your hydraulic bands, so which have a control pump. Now when we start the pump, the water will be circulated. The procedure of this experiment is, now we'll just telling you. The procedure to perform this experiment is, first we have to maintain the maximum pressure difference between Venturi inlet and throat. Now if you see, this is your Venturi inlet A. This A portion, which is connected to this particular piezometer tubes, that will represent the A section, that is your H1. That is the inlet of the Venturi. And this one is your D section, which is called a throat section, and this D section represents the H2, which is connected to this piezometer tips. And there are behind these piezometer tips, there are some reading scales. From the scales you can find the difference of pressures when the water flows from convergent to throat, then throat to divergent sections. So in that case, what happens when water flows into the convergent sections, the area, due to the gradual decrease of area, the flow rate, velocity of the velocity increases and the pressure decreases. So in the case of throat section, what happens? At the throat sections, the area remain constant, so velocity and pressure remain constant. And in this part, velocity and pressure remain constant. At the divergent section, what happens? And in the divergent sections, as the area gradually increases, the velocity decreases and pressure increases. But if you see in this area continuously increasing, so there will be a difference. There will be a difference in pressure and velocity. So that will be pressure will be increases and velocity will be decreases. So the procedure to perform this experiment is to, first we have to maintain the maximum pressure difference between Venturi inlet and throat should be 240 mm. So if you see here, this is your Venturi inlet and this is your throat section. At A and D, the difference of height between these two sections has to be 240. But maintaining 240 is little complicated. So we'll try. We'll try to make this 40. So that has to be maintained first. We'll measure the discharge. So we'll measure the discharge. So how to measure the discharge is that we'll just open the valve, this control valve. So we'll fill the water coming from this venturi meter. We'll fill this water. Then we have a valve here. So if you see, we have a valve inside of it. So we'll just close this valve here. We'll close the valve here. Whatever the water will be stored in this, that will be the water. That will be going through this. Trying to this meter. So once the water rises up, then what we'll be doing, we'll just take the reading of at a particular period of time. We'll just find some of the amount of water that will be stored in the tank. So if you find the discharge at a particular period of time, from that you can find the volume of the water, how much it is storing at a particular period of time. So at each discharge readings of piezometer tube at inlet, that is inlet H1, that is represented by A here, and the piezometer tube at throat H2, that is B, here have to be taken. So subsequently we'll be taking the discharge to the hydraulic bands also, and we calculate. Once we have that readings, we can calculate the coefficient of discharge. So that is the first experiment. That is second experiment. What is that? And for second experiment, for calculating the pressure distribution along the length of a venturi, we will take the readings of all the piezometers for 2 sets of readings. So 2 sets of readings means we'll just increase the flow or either increase the flow rate or decrease the flow rate using this valve. So at the time, what we will be noting is that the difference of pressures across this venturi, across this convergence section to the divergence section. So yeah. So now I'm going to switch on the pump, and you can see how the pressure distribution of this venturi meter is shown in that particular in this piezometer tubes. So I have already started the pump, and water is going, and you can see here, this is the bank, the water is going to the bank. Here if you see, as a procedure says, inlet of this one is difference between inlet and throat. Inlet and throat has to be in a approximate difference of 240. But if you see here, it is near about 230 or 220, near about 225 or something. But in the case of D also, if you see, that is a the pressure difference of this one is 30 mm, and here also it is a 220-25. So approximately the difference between this inlet and the throat is 220 or something. So in that case, the first procedure, first fitting of this experiment has been made. Now what we'll be doing, we'll just close the valve. Closing the valve manually. This one will start to check the reading. So in that case, this is your valve. We have to take the discharge, and the difference of the to find the discharge of this one. This valve has to be closed. Now I'm going to close this valve here. After some time, once this hole is all filled, then whatever the fluid is coming into this reservoir, it will be showing here. So you have to so here we Yeah. So now if you see the water, the level of the water rises. As long as the level of the water rises in the scales, it is going up. So from that scale, you can find how much time, how much at a particular period of time, how much water you can contain in this reservoir. So in that case, what happens? For your pressure, for calculating pressure distribution along the length of the venturi, we'll consider only two discharge. So how can you make how we can control the discharge? We can control the discharge of the fluid by using this control valve. We close this one, then take the reading. Take the reading of this H1 and H2. So now right now you can see at the maximum at these two different rates, we will just continue just closing the valve. You can see the readings of this inlet and outlet along all the piezometers are changed. So you can see at K position, this is almost 250 and 248 or something. And if you consider B third section, the pressure difference is almost 85 or 84. So in that way, you will have to take one more set of readings from there. You can find the pressure distribution along the length. So in the pressure distribution, what you have to know, you have to know all the piezometer readings from A to A. So once you get the pressure differences from A to K, you have to put this data into a tabular format. I will be giving you the table where you can put your data. So that was your first experiment. In the second experiment, what we'll be doing? We'll be determining the coefficient of discharge of the venturi. So in that case, we'll be repeating the same process, closing this valve. Several readings will be taken at a particular discharge and discharge, so that you can have a different set of Q value, that is the discharge. From the discharge, we have whatever the readings you will get, you have to put these values in the tabular format. In the tabular format, you can find the coefficients of for your calculation. You can find the coefficients of discharge. So that was all about the experiment on venturimeter. So the aim of this experiment has already been explained, and one more I'm just explaining this experiment, aim of this experiment. The aim was to calculate the coefficient of venturi. Then one more thing, I just want to tell the graph of pressure distribution versus distance from the inlet to exit. Now the graph of pressure distribution versus distance from inlet to exit. Now you can find it here. If you see here, this is the inlet and this is the exit point. So in this plate, every distance from A, B, C to up to L has been given. From that parameter, you can plot the graph of the pressure distribution versus inlet to exit. So that is all about the venturimeter. Thank you very much. So for pressure distribution along the venturi, you will be provided this type of data sheet where you can calculate the Q and the distances from inlet to exit, and remaining piezometer readings like A, B, C, D. You have to fill this tabular format for 10 readings or 12 readings for different Q, so that you can find the coefficient pressure distribution. For pressure distribution, only two readings are there, two discharges there. From two discharges, you have to fill up this table from your piezometric readings. That's it. And in case of and in case of determination of coefficients of discharge, you have to will be providing these data sheets from where will be providing these data sheets where for different Q from different discharge you can find the H1 and H2, where inlet and outlet of the throw, and you can find a difference. Then you can find the constant, the coefficient of venturimeter. Thank you very much.